Okay, I'm going to read one more chapter to you, and this is going to be our last chapter. This is the case of the champion egg spinner. It makes me think of something real quick before I get started. You know how some of y'all like to take those water bottles and flip them? Oh, look, I have a friend visiting. Can y'all see the squirrel? I think he hurt me. He might have fleas. Go away. Okay. Mr. O'Hare made the biggest and the best chocolate ice cream sodas in Idaville. He used a double helping or heaping of ice cream in each and every one. Encyclopedia went to Mr. O'Hare's drugstore on hot afternoons. When the detective business began to pay off, he went there on cool afternoons too. But he never thought he would one day solve a case sitting at Mr. O'Hare's soda fountain. People who sat at Mr. O'Hare's counter ordered a soft drink or ice cream, sometimes they even ordered both. Nobody ever brought his own food. But one Sunday, a boy about 12 years old came into the drugstore carrying an egg. He put it on Mr. O'Hare's counter. Encyclopedia was surprised. He had finished his soda, but he sat and watched the boy with the egg. He was even more surprised when the boy spun the egg on the counter. Still practicing? Mr. O'Hare asked the boy. The boy smiled, as if he owned the whole world. Just keeping my touch. I've got a big match tomorrow. He gave the egg another spin. That's good, thought Encyclopedia. He really knows how to spin an egg to keep it going. The boy ordered a chocolate soda with a triple helping of ice cream. That cost 10 cents extra. Mr. O'Hare made the soda and he placed it before the boy. He did not see the egg spinning towards the glass till it was too late. The egg knocked against the glass and spun away. It dropped out of sight on Mr. O'Hare's side of the counter. Mr. O'Hare looked down. That's the end of your egg. I'm sorry. Forget it, said the boy with a grand wave of his hand. I'll have to use another egg in the spinning match tomorrow. Anyway, I'd better sweep up the mess, said Mr. O'Hare. He walked to the back of the drugstore. Encyclopedia left 25 cents on the counter to pay for his soda. As he went out the door, he saw Mr. O'Hare returning with a broom and a dustpan. Encyclopedia rode home slowly on his bicycle. He stopped to look at a stuffed mountain lion in Mr. Ekstrom's, the taxidermist, had just put in the window of his shop. The boy detective was in no hurry. It was Sunday, and the Brown Detective Agency was closed. As he turned the corner on Rover Avenue, he saw that something was up. Bicycles were parked on the lawn in front of his house. Just about the whole gang was waiting for him at the garage. He made out Joey and Billy Turner, Charlie Stewart, Herb Stein, Pinky Plummer, and Sally. They all looked as happy as 6 flat tires, which is not very happy, right? Sally greeted him. The boys need your help, she said. With what? With Eddie Phelan, said Charlie Stewart. His egg beats everything. Who's Eddie Phelan? Asked Encyclopedia. The human egg beater. Stop being silly, said Sally. Eddie is the champion egg spinner, explained Pinky. He keeps his egg spinning longer than anyone else. The boy thinks he does something secret and unfair to win, said Sally. Ah, you hear foul play, huh? Said Encyclopedia. Be serious, cried Sally. Eddie won everything at the last match. Pinky's glove, Jody's bat, Charlie's hockey stick, Billy's magic set, and Herb's jackknife. There's another match tomorrow, said Jody. Eddie's out to win Charlie's tooth collection. And I just got 2 zebra teeth, groaned Charlie. Mr. Ekstrom gave them to me for delivering Mr. Webster's stuffed Sailfish Friday. Said Encyclopedia. I've never heard of egg spinning contests before. Who thought this up? Eddie, said the 5 boys together. I might have known, said Encyclopedia. The boys had been practicing for days, said Sally. But Eddie walked off with Charlie's tooth collections just the same. And everything else, said Billy. This case smells rotten, said Encyclopedia. Where do you get the eggs? At the supermarket, answered Pinky. All of us go together. How do you know that Eddie got at the supermarket with one of those eggs he uses tomorrow? Each boy picks an egg, said Pinky. He marks it with a pencil and gives his egg to the other boy. That way no one can change the egg before the match. Who marked Eddie's egg? Said Encyclopedia. I did. I made a double X on it. Tomorrow you'll have to signal to me, said Encyclopedia. Before you start spinning, if the egg is the one you marked, raise 1 finger. If it isn't, raise 2 fingers. Got it? Got it, said Charlie. Now where and when does the match take place? Behind the school at 9 in the morning, said Jody. I'll be there, said Encyclopedia, starting into the house. The boys and Sally felt let down. They'd come to expect Encyclopedia to solve the cases right away. Oh, stop worrying, Encyclopedia called to them. I have a pretty good idea why Eddie always wins. The next morning when Encyclopedia reached the schoolyard, Sally rushed to meet him. She was breathless. I thought you wouldn't get here in time, she said. I couldn't find one of my sneakers, said the boy detective, looking around. Sure enough, Eddie, the champion, the boy who had seen in the drugstore. The case of the champion egg spinner is cracked, Encyclopedia said mysteriously. Eddie was smiling as he fingered the flour cookie jar and held Charlie's collection of teeth. Against the teeth, Eddie was putting up a football uniform. It was a better prize than 53 teeth. Pinky's used science kit, Jody's rubber boots, Billy's fishing pole, and even Herb's old telescope. The match is going to start, Sally told Encyclopedia. Charlie and Eddie got down on their knees. The spinning field was the smooth marble slab under the statue of Thomas Edison. Each boy handed the other his egg. Eddie hardly glanced at Charlie's, but Charlie peered at the champion egg at a long time, turned it over slowly, then held up 1 finger. What did 1 finger mean? Do you remember? Eddie hadn't changed the eggs. He was using the one that Charlie had marked. Ready? Asked Eddie, smiling. Do something fast, Sally whispered to Encyclopedia. Get set, Eddie called. Excuse me, said Encyclopedia. Is the contest of skill alone? Huh? Said Eddie. Why, of course. Then you won't mind me changing the eggs, said Encyclopedia. Let Charlie have your egg, and you take his. The boy who spins the egg the longest wins the match. Eddie's smile disappeared as fast as pancakes on Saturday breakfast. His hand closed quickly over his egg. Are you saying someone's cheating? He demanded. Not that it's any of your business, but Charlie knows that this is my egg. It's the same one he marked. Of course it's the same egg, said Encyclopedia. But there's one big difference that no one can see. What's the difference? That's for you to figure out.